This is a magic one. This radar shield inside formed naturally. I had nothing to do with it. When I cast it, this was flat at the top. See, that's what's protruding here was flat. So then the next day when I took it out, I looked at it and I said, oh my goodness, look what happened. The energy, or whatever, it's beyond me, created this radar dish inside at a perfect 45-degree angle on one plane of the 4 sides. That happened 3 times to me. The other 2 times, the radar dish that formed was even larger and it was silver. And I sold those 2. And this was the first time it happened, so I kept it. I had nothing to do with it. The energy created that itself. It depends on the clear crystals I have that I'm able to get my hands on. If I can, I'll try to light them up. But I haven't built any light ups for quite a while. But for years, I made many of them that light up. And then they're a bit more expensive because it takes more work to create those. First of all, I have to find a clear crystal with very few occlusions inside so the light can be transmitted up the crystal. And many of the larger crystals have occlusions in there that dissipate the light. It won't transfer the light clear through the crystal. So if you buy any of those crystals, they charge you much more money for those because of that. Because of the expense, I can only get a few of those. I use those, and we have to charge a bit more for those. So this one I built probably about 15 years ago. See, I have chopped copper in here that tells me the age. When I first started out making them, I had access to chopped copper from a fellow in Vancouver who would take wire and chop the wire up, and I would go and buy it from him by the pound. It was quite expensive, actually. I mixed the chopped wire with some steel and some aluminum flakes. So I've got 3 different, I've got steel, I've got copper, and I've got aluminum mixed in the metal matrix here. And in there I would have 4 crystals, quartz crystals that are lined up on the base. So there'd be 4 larger crystals going each way. And then I would bury those with metal, and then I would add loose variety of crystals. Like you can see, there's big loose crystals on the 4 corners here. And I did that because this here, I was using a different kind of resin back then that it doesn't even exist anymore. And then I would, there would be probably there'd be probably 20 or 25 various crystals buried inside here in this metal matrix. And that is a glass that I built an Orgone Generator. It's filled with crystals and metal shavings inside this glass. Okay? So part of it is protruding from the base here. The rest of it is buried in the metal matrix. So it goes from here to down here. The middle of it is an Orgone Generator, and it's buried inside the metal matrix, which is a large Orgone Generator. So there's all kinds of energies working together, and somehow the energies from all of these things created this radar dish perfectly. Look at how symmetrical that is. Energy at work. I had nothing to do with that. I'm pleased. I'm happy that this happens, but it's only happened 3 times in 15 or so years. But mind you, I build them differently now. I don't build them like this anymore. You just learn different ways. You're experimenting, trying new things. I don't get stuck doing one thing, doing it the same way. That's like asking a painter to paint 2 paintings the same way. It can't be done. It's going to be slightly different. And there's no incentive to try to paint 2 of the same pictures. it's almost goes against the grain. You're always trying something new. So will it work? Will it not work? Well, let's see if it will work. And sometimes it doesn't work. And that's why I have seconds, where it doesn't quite work out the way you want it to work out, but it's okay too, because there's no failure in an Orgone generator. They all work. No matter whether they're cracked or they're chipped, or they all work. The only thing is the aesthetics in people's minds. Well, it's not perfect. So why should I buy something that's not perfect? Many people who came into the house and they went to it and they grabbed it and they said, oh, I want to buy that one. I said, I'm sure you do. But it's not for sale. No, I sold the other two and I want to keep this one.